Hey friends, welcome to the channel. I'm Tierstone, I'm a creative director based in New York City. Contrary to my tutorial or before and after videos, I wanted to take the time to talk to you about the realities of a graphic design career. There's going to be some preaching and some speeching, but bear with me. There's a lot of information that I think you need to hear from someone, and in this case, that someone is me. Full transparency, the impetus for this video is that I received a few comments regarding how much money do I make, and also another comment on how there's no money in design. Quite frankly, if you're going into this industry for money, I would say to not pursue it at all. It is such an unforgiving industry, and for the long hours that you put in, if you don't love it, you're just not gonna make it. When I was an unpaid intern, I made a promise that I would never tell myself I would do this if I were getting paid, because when I start working, it would turn into I would do this if I were getting paid more, and it never ends from there. Let's start on a very basic level. When I was 18, I didn't say, I can't wait to make a ton of money, let me pursue graphic design. If that was the case, I would have done finance, engineering, or law. I went to design school because I just wanted to make cool shit. It's that simple. I had an appreciation for art and I just wanted to create different things. Passion is really what drives your career, and it's the one thing that's going to make you successful. I do have to acknowledge that salary is important, especially in a place like New York City, but money isn't everything. If money is your motivation, it's going to fade very quickly. Regarding there being no money in design, I imagine this stems from people who haven't found much success from design. You need to have the necessary skills in order to make money, and unfortunately, you can't compensate for the lack of those skills. There's definitely money to be made, whether it's additional income you're getting from freelance work or if you're progressing in your career at a company. The higher salaries are obviously at the top, but also very few people make it there. It's also dependent on which city you live in. The larger cities usually pay more because of cost of living, but also that's where a majority of the design jobs are. Carrying on, I'm going to start with the not so great aspects of the career so that way I can end the video with all the great things about it. Here are 5 things I think you should know about your career in graphic design. The long hours. There is a ton of work that goes into design. Research doesn't end until you've arrived at the concept, and then on top of that, you need to arrive at a concept that you actually want to pursue. One caveat, which is the theme of the entire video, if you enjoy what to do, the hours aren't that bad. This also contributes to those hours, but there is a never-ending battle with technology. Susan in marketing needs her report in 15 minutes. Well, she could have had it 3 hours ago if my computer would just work. The amount of times I've lost a file because a computer crashed, it's even worse if you have to redo the entire thing all over again. Unfortunately, this is just a rite of passage in your career in design. Defining what is considered work. This goes for coworkers, freelance clients, and even family. People generally think that you're not working unless you're sitting at a computer. But what about brainstorming, or assessing a website, or a social media channel, or building proposals? Everything is work. Honestly, outside of graphic designers, people have no clue what goes into design. You're going to get requests of building a website in a day, or somebody wants a logo but they only want to pay $200. None of it ever adds up to the amount of work that you have to put in. It is a battle of failing upwards. I'll explain this in the next segment, but my theory is that the work we do in design doesn't look like work to everybody else. You never have enough time. There's a lot of ideas that I want to explore, but I often find that timelines and projects don't allow to explore all of those ideas. We all dream of the project where everything fits a proper timeline, there's beautiful assets, and the client trusts everything that we're proposing to them. Unfortunately, a client can change an idea and it will turn into something that you don't love. Your job in this case is to create the most beautiful version of their idea, but it still needs to make sense. There is a TikTok trend where you're supposed to explain your job poorly. My take on this is that I bring other people's terrible ideas to life. In these scenarios, are my design solutions groundbreaking? No. Did I enjoy working on the projects? No. Are they in my portfolio? No. You can find me at the corner of no and never on this one. PowerPoint. You will have to put together presentation decks. Every time someone hands me a PowerPoint or an Excel doc, I just want to light myself on fire. I think that PowerPoint isn't for designers, it is for non-designers who want to create something. Sadly, it is inevitable, and we are not Iron Man. Instead of saying good, I'm saying great because I very much love my job. Here are 5 things that I enjoy most about a career in design. It's not really work if it's fun. When I'm on set directing a photo shoot, or if I'm just in my office designing a magazine, I don't really feel like I'm working. I mean, what are the rest of your friends doing? Working on an Excel sheet, probably. I love collaborating with other creatives on set. I feel like a lot of the design process is just experiencing life. When you shoot on location, you get to explore a city that you may have never been to before. If you're shooting food, you get to eat food that you probably wouldn't normally. I enjoy having a walking brainstorm on the way to Starbucks and then coming back to the office with an idea. We are working, but it just doesn't look like work. On a more personal level, this career is such a privilege. I'm originally from the Philippines, and I constantly think that I wouldn't have this career had my parents not moved to America. In war-stricken or limited resource countries, the lifestyle requires other priorities, and unfortunately, following your passion is not one of them. This is a large part of why I started this channel, which is to bring design knowledge and education to different parts of the world, especially when it's not easily accessible. I've taken advantage of every opportunity that's come my way, and now I want those opportunities for you. On that note, let's talk about what those opportunities are. No matter what your interests are, every industry needs a graphic designer. You could probably name a brand for every category: fashion, auto, food, beauty, travel, whatever have you, and you can find a job in that category. It won't be that easy to get those jobs, but if you're truly passionate, it will come across when you're applying, and those opportunities will come. Having an education in graphic design can lead to a lot of different career paths. Typography, concepting, color, or layout are the bare basics, but all of these feed into working into an agency environment, magazine editorial, or even UX and UI design. You will have to choose an avenue to commit to at some point, but designers pivot all the time so that they can explore different areas. Here's a list of job titles that you can pursue with a background in graphic design. It's a career that caters to remote work. That is, if you like working from the comfort of your home. The pandemic has changed how we approach work, and to be able to generate income remotely is commonly preferred these days. I would like to be full-time remote eventually, not anytime soon, but at least it's an option. There's fulfillment in a lot of the projects. In my professional career, I've enjoyed working in different categories. Fashion editorial was amazing, but I also enjoy food and even auto. These are my personal fulfillments because that's why I pursued this career, which is to create things and create a lot of different things. I also do freelance work on the side for small businesses. I did the branding for my sister's optometry practice. There was a small business owner who had product but didn't know where to start for marketing or building a website, so I helped her out with that, and now she has a platform to sell her product. I've also done work for nonprofits to help them get more donations. In all cases, it does feel really great to bring their dreams and visions into reality. As cliche as it may be, how wonderful to be able to make a living off of a passion. So those are my thoughts on a career in graphic design. In order to be successful in this industry, all you have to do is focus on your craft. It's easier said than done, but once you master it, the money will come. And when it does, at least you enjoy what you do, and you'll have resources to pursue the other passions in your life. My short answer to how much money do I make is enough. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to check out the other content on the channel, and don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you next time.